So, and come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. It is a Saturday. It is a glorious Saturday here in Weiden in der Oberpfalz. Beautiful northern Bavarian weather, not a cloud in the sky. Did some gardening today, some shopping. Looked at some really cool red Adidas shoes I think I have to have. And then we cooked and we ate outside. Gorgeous, glorious. I hope, Shotzi, did you get some pictures of that? Maybe you can send them to me before we get to editing. Maybe we can throw some up. It was just a gorgeous place, sitting out on the terrace. It was just lovely. Anytime I get to spend the day, though, with my girl is always a win for everyone, but mostly for me. Today, though, when we were down in the farmer's market, we passed by the little Turkish grotto, and we've got an increase. A significant increase in community viewers from Turkey, Iraq, and Vietnam. So, in sequential order, welcome all of you. Merhaba, marhaba, and Xin Chao. So, glad to have you there, but we went by the little Turkish grotto and picked up some fresh veggies so I could make my elixir of life. It's a wonderful little kind of a non-alcoholic aperitif. It's a little savory bouillon and turmeric soup that we always start our meals with. And so got the stuff for a fresh batch of that for the week. And I picked up this wonderful Turkish wine. If you see a bottle, a little on the pricey side, considering I'm about 16 euros. So not exorbitant, but certainly a valuable wine. And this is Yakut, and what this is from the Cavaclideri, it's a Belgian importer. And this is a dry red that comes out of Eastern Anatolia, and I was dying to try it. I saw it and I asked, I said, is it sweet or is it dry? And he told me that it was trocken, so it was dry. And so here we are. Very excited about it. It's got that sunny cassis, and of course Eastern Anatolia, right? But wonderful in the nose, very fruity. And I've been waiting for that for a while, which is why I took more than a sip. I was thirsty. This is fabulous. Slightly tannic, but a bold, deep red, beautiful finisher. Slightly tannic, so maybe something more fatty with it, but not necessarily a game changer, right? This is just really, really good. This might be really well served along the lines of something spicy. Perhaps Middle Eastern spicy, perhaps Far Eastern spicy. Maybe Pad Thai would be great with it. Maybe Mexican food would be great with it. Maybe anything would be great with it, outside of grape nuts or Frosted Flakes. And that was my first Turkish wine. And I'm a believer, so I'm excited about that. Let's go ahead and hop into our grid here. So we got, let's see, so, oh my gosh, is it really June 21st already? Oh, wow, okay. I don't know if y'all caught the Guardian cryptic yesterday, but while I was solving there at that restaurant, there was a protest that rolled right behind us. It was like 2 police cars. It was a baby protest, but yeah, no, the protesters got police escort, and they had a sign that said something about people versus whatever, and people over profits. Yeah, so we were like, oh, yay, come on, people now, smile on your brother. We were like lighting candles, not really, but it was nice to see people trying to take action for something they believed in. But it was just kind of funny rolling right behind the grid as we were trying to solve it. So, but we got a Christina Iverson and Doug Peterson construction here today, and both of these individuals are veterans. If I ever saw 2 veteran names here. The only more veteran name here is probably Will Shorts. So let's go ahead and hop into this one. Now all of a sudden I'm like, okay, we're going to have to work for this one today. Okay, so the Olympics event in which Germany is the traditional powerhouse, and I do believe that's bobsled, so not your normal fare, not your typical a top of mind awareness type of knowledge, but yeah, for me, I like it. And I'm also a big Olympics nerd, so, and I live in Germany, helps. My cousins like to talk about all that time. Yes, I know, cousin, but the bobsled team is better than everyone. I'm like, well, yeah, of course it is. I got it. They have tracker. I'm sure. I have the luge, all that stuff. The Germans just pretty good at that old skiing thing too. I don't know. Must be access to cold and snow. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Scattered. Oh, like Animal Farm and Don Quixote. So it's not going to be an or situation, so we're going to have an S. So I'm going to go with satires. Both of them just hysterical, though. The Old Major is my favorite character on the Animal Farm. Scattered. Strewn. Flight of Fancy. First name of the Princess of Pop, and that's Ariana Grande, right? Though I think there was some dispute as to how Britney Spears maybe felt about that. I don't have an opinion either way, so yeah, I don't know. Puts in order. I don't know. Could we be tidying up, perhaps? Vitonas Vincit. Oh, Aida. Takes me a minute here. If you're looking for brilliant and fast, that's probably on another channel. Training facilities. Mortimer, who once made a guest appearance on the Muppet Show, and that would be Snurd. Well, if that isn't an old one, gosh, I remember those being really popular answers in the 90s. And I don't know, I think it's a ventriloquist act or something. I really don't know. It's before my mother's time. But then again, my mother and I were both, as children, watching Three Stooges and Syndicate, because they think those things were airing in the 1930s or something. Yeah, I don't know, but it's lingered. One of these days, I'll take the time to figure out who this Mortimer Snurd is. But I think that's who we got here. Food label abbreviation, maybe the recommended daily allowance. I can imagine. Average booster. Oh, I see. So it's hidden in there, but this is a pretty common, somewhat of a commonplace banality when we're looking for our easy A. Let's hope that that's correct, because I made a big deal out of it, and it'd be very embarrassing if it's not. So puts in orders, I think we've got tidies here, and training facilities. I guess these could be, with that question mark, railroad stations would fit. Let's just make a look. What is this? This is an L. Fuel for a family feud, and this looks like a rivalry. So I'm going to put in sibling out of likelihood, and I think we have railroad, and I'm not sure if it's going to be station, but it says training facilities. So let's do a quick check. Foster kid and taxi driver, and that's clever too. We're looking for Jodie Foster. It sometimes amazes me just how long she's been in the movie business, and I'd never thought of her as being any older than me, but she might have a good 10 years or so. I don't even know how old Jodie Foster is. I would ask SIRI, but I don't want to get her all messing. I don't want to get her riled up. No, we want to leave SIRI alone while we're doing the grid. Disturbing in a way, don't know. Some seaside attractions. Got this I here, maybe piers. Endurance event for short, maybe a tri, as in a triathlon. So I guess disturbing in a way could be eerie. Maybe a word before or after book. Maybe case. I don't really like case book. Old-fashioned club. Prunes say. Come on, please. Okay, that's too many opportunities. But I do see we have a TA here, so let's put in our stations. And that helps, I think, a great deal. Certain bond, informally. Wow, there's a ton of bonds. So, and informally, Lord, could be anything. And I'm trying to figure out how I might informally put in 4 letters for a covalent bond, which is not going to be the case. I'm sure this has got something to do with T-bills or Fannie Mae's or something. I don't know. We'll see. Ministre de État, maybe? There's a couple of French ministries. I don't know. So what do we got here? Exhibited perfect breaks. Exhibited. Okay, so we've got this here. We've got this I and this E, and so maybe on a dime, so maybe stopped on a dime, because if you're exhibiting perfect breaks, let's see. And besides, it's always more fun when I feel like I can start guessing the long ones like that, because I'm getting the personality of the construction. So we'll see. So certain bond informally could be a municipal bond. Let's see. Oh, coup d'etat. I was about to say, this looks like it is going to be nails it or something. ETAH. That would be, I think, that would be a chemical nomenclature for a very poisonous alcohol. We don't want that. Performs a perfect dismount. So this is what I'm thinking is maybe lands it or nails it. I don't know. Port west-southwest of Algiers. Isn't it owner? It'll come. Told. Told. I don't know. We got over here. Old-fashioned club. Oh, how about a cudgel? When's the last time you used that word? Exactly. Me neither. Me either. Graham alternative. Oh, how about a nana? So, come on, please. I don't know. I don't like any of this. Dish at times, maybe an antenna. I was trying to figure out how to squeeze, yenta into 7 letters. Told, maybe rang out. Rang out. Well, you're going to have to start spelling correctly, Christopher, here. This is ridiculous now. So maybe come on, please could be can't I. That would make prune a cut. Can't I? And so I'm assuming Oron. Yes, okay, so nails it. And if I'm wrong somewhere, this is the first corner I'm coming to. We're going to the southeast. We're going to visit Florida if there's something wrong. Or as my friend Bob McGee used to say, Florida, Florida, going to Florida. He was from Boston. He sounded like that. Khakis. I say car, not car. Car, for the car. Khakis are what you wear. Like, oh, got it. So QB Dawson, who faced Bart Starr in Super Bowl I, and I do believe that is Len. Not a big football trivia nerd, it's just crosswordese. Word with game or control. So could we have maybe a mind game, mind control? Dismissed with at. Ooh, do we have sneered here? Well, that's kind of just a bunch of, that's not going to be good to just guess that. Let's see, basketball legend Maravich's nickname, and that was Pistol Pete Maravich. So, I did like a book report or something on him. I don't know how I know anything about Pistol Pete Maravich, but I do recall seeing a photograph of him standing next to Nancy Reagan, and it was just funny. I mean, she's all proper in her little Adolfo dress and her quick set hair, and lots of teasing, I'm sure, went into that. A lot of backcombing, a lot of Aquanet, but she's She was short like Senator Kay Bailey Hutchinson short. And, yeah, Pistol Pete. But apparently he died when he was like in his 30s or early 40s. He had to leave basketball. I think he played for New Orleans Jazz, played basketball for a number of years, and just died or something with one of the televangelist radio people. I don't know, sometime in the 80s. That's a lot to know, but I just remember it. And I've always thought to myself, I should probably look the guy up more and learn more about him. But I need to learn more about Lynn here too. And of course, maybe Snurd. So I got a lot of learning to do in all my spare time. So dismissed with that. I'm just going to say it must be sneered. I don't know. We're going to find out, and we can always hit the back button and change it. Was overrun, maybe teamed. I don't know what else would fit there really all that well. Starched. Ooh. Maybe prim. She was a bit of a prig with a starched personality, I say. Cheeky girl, cheeky, but only after a couple of drinks. In the shop, say... Sommelier? Maybe a pourer? I don't know that any sommelier I've ever met would like to be referred to as a pourer versus a wine expert. I'm hoping I'm wrong about that. Sex therapy topic. Oh, is this that G-spot thing again? I keep hearing about it, but I've never learned anything about it. So this G-spot thing. It's just a sex therapy thing. As her face gets angrier and angrier and angrier behind me. And I'm kidding, of course. It's where you get games, right? GameStop. Anyway, so, ugh. Pay for maybe a tone. And in the shop could be on site. Wow, okay. Ugh. Gah, maybe. It sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. My hand, take my hand. So, crib for a doll. These allergies are just killing me. Well, I don't know. Perhaps a Barbie dream house? Is it a Barbie dream house or is it a Barbie dream home? I don't know. Well, let's try dream. Seems to recall they had bending over, perhaps. Oh. Is it because I said something yesterday about moons? And how moons really belongs in a certain act of, I don't know, vulgarity or fun or, I don't know, maybe an editorial remark towards somebody and what you think of their work, their craft, their personality. But now we got it. I'm covering you right here. Maybe mooning. Bending over. Doing a little mooning. Brief office hookup. Oh, sounds like a first class ticket to HR. But let's go for a LAN. Maybe a local access network would be nice. Let's see. Like a Mediterranean diet. I don't know. Healthy? We got an org chart here, perhaps. So Frank, who wrote the music and lyrics to How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. Very Frank Lesser. Vehicle seen in the films Dazed and Confused and Two-Lane Blacktop, and I'm assuming GTOs. Little GTOs. Black and yellow demarcation. Oh, we were just talking about this today, too. Wait a minute. What am I? Rail. Well, I got totally switched around on this because Okay, I better go through this and see where I might have fat-fingered something or buy Shotzi some opera glasses. Anyway, we were talking about this today. Police tape. But we're not going to put police in here. Black and white, yellow, black and yellow demarcation. So maybe instead of satires, they're satiric. And so then, yeah, police tape. And I don't remember what we were doing or saying that came up. But at the car wash. And they had a looked like a decal that looked like police tape, and it said, "Bitte bremsen Sie nicht. Die Trockner fährt automatisch." So in other words, when you go through a German car wash, it's got the dryer that comes right up to, and it just separates itself like about an inch, and it goes over your car. But it's like, don't worry, it's going to go up automatically. I'm just there thinking this would be a great scene in a horror movie, right? You know, Grammy-winning song that begins, "The snow glows white on the mountain tonight," and there's a certain little girl named Lilibet, and a little sister to that Lilibet, said little sister named Jingle Bells. That would kill me if I didn't know this answer. So we want to make sure that we let it go, let it go. And Rita of the 50 Shades movies, and I only know this too from the crossword. I probably need to figure out who Rita Ora is. Side order with curry, going with the roti, and Flight of Fancy looks like a private jet. Then that would be nice to have access to, would it not? So scattered would be sparse. We got Ariana. Tidies. RDA, let it go. Sibling rivalry. Peers. Okay, lesser. Okay, so I think maybe now that I've had some time to let this stew in my mind, the Mediterranean diet could be heart smart. And name in the baking aisle, probably Caro. Caro. Anytime I get a C-A-R anything, it drives Shotzi nuts. She hates how I say carrots.
Are you talking about syrup?
Yeah, but I'm saying Caro. Like, I can't just say...
C or, oh, you got K, right?
I got a K. I don't know what it is. So, cootie-free greeting. Cootie-free. Okay, maybe an air kiss? Cootie-free. Highways, L's, part of UCLA, Los Angeles, very nice. We got Pistol Pete. And bargaining subjects, maybe please. So it has its peaks and valleys. Oh, well, that came in there nicely. This is a tough grid. This is not an easy one. This is not going to be something just for the faint of heart. Gen Xers excellent would be rad, I know. And kitchen alternative to tallow would probably be ghee. We cook with it quite often. Trim, maybe svelte. Svelte. Oh, it's on. Hold my beer. Literature novellist who wrote Dodsworth and King's Blood Royale. And that was Lewis, I do believe. Berkshire Institution. And again, we just talked about this yesterday. If it's anything British at all sounding, and it comes up with an institution or anything to do with an alum or an old girl or an old boy, because an old girl or an old boy are just people you went to school with, fellow alumni, you can always count on Eton to make itself known. Vietnamese currency would be the dong, and donned quickly. I threw on. I don't know why that threw me off. I don't know. I guess I was looking at that E like it should be a through on. And I didn't see you there. Oh, hi. Trying to ignore the fact that maybe we wouldn't actually see each other, but here we are. We're going to have to sit here and talk awkwardly for 5 minutes. This is great. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. And let's see. Words before ask, admit, or go. I have to ask. I have to ask. I have to admit. I have to go. And I'm really concerned about fat fingering something here, but we'll find it if we did. How do we do, Bob? Well, this was a great grid. It was a tough one. Made me think an awful lot. nothing just felt incredibly like that's it, except for a couple of places where it was just like sibling rivalry. Stopped on a dime was kind of nice. Case book sounds like something a private eye or a police officer would carry around. I don't know. Loved mooning. That was just funny. There were a lot of funny things in here today. Rang out. Boy, I remember hearing that an awful lot when I was kickboxing. But that's about it. I gotta say that it was something else. I really did, though, enjoy the grid for everything it was worth. I mean, the air kiss, the cootie-free greeting was fabulous. So, yeah. Altogether, it was pretty good. Now, I don't know if the constructors have something against their fellow, or not their fellow, but against sommeliers that they've dealt with in the past, or maybe it's an inside joke, but I do think that's quite funny. Altogether, fantastic. So I need to learn more about Lynn Dawson. I need to figure out even more about Pistol Pete Maravich. I would like to learn more about Snurd somewhere along in the process, and I honestly don't think it would just kill me to do a refresher on Frank Lesser, because it was just going to hurt. So with that being as it is, and it being a Saturday, let's go ahead and bring down our bannière d'adieu. And I wanted to do a quick thank you to everyone. I woke up this morning with 5,500 subscribers, and that's a pretty awesome feeling. I finally opened up the app a few minutes ago before we got started, and I saw that I've got quite a few comments left over from yesterday, and I'm looking forward to getting to those and getting those answered. It's really important to me that I answer them directly myself. Sometimes I respond with a novel, sometimes it's a short story, sometimes it's a haiku, but nevertheless, depending on what my day is, it's always important for me to be to be answering those notes, and I really do appreciate them more than you could ever possibly imagine. It's a pretty cool thing to hear from you, get to interact, and get to learning your personalities and stuff. It's always just a real pleasure, right? I feel like I'm making friends all over the planet, and it really is pretty fun thing. So that said, until we see you tomorrow for what's either going to be a really easy or an awful lot of work, but ginormous either way, that Sunday grid. Ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be well out there, and we will see you on the morrow. Until then, just try to pay attention to people who might need a little help, maybe strangers behind you in line, that kind of thing. But just be well. Make it back in one piece. We'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.